Okay, just to kind of give some kind of backstory of why this man is sitting in this hotel room. Last mission, we tried to hijack this airbound ATV and we EMP'd the whole field. And all we were trying to do is basically talk to this man because he's supposed to be able to help V, the main character, like fix her brain. But instead, we had to do like a whole shootout, basically killed half the force, all they robots, and now we got him captive. And I think we're waiting on Takamura. But before we do that, I have to speak to him. Okay, last time we played too, I got a lot of freaking shards. I'm not gonna read all of them, but I'm just gonna try to touch on some of them because they are really interesting. I don't know if you guys know, in this game they have freaking poems and literature. So I discovered that last time I played. I thought it was so cool. So I think I'm gonna start off with oh yes, we have a poem. So I'm gonna start off with a poem just to see what it is hitting for, and we will weed through the rest of the shards that we have. Okay, this poem is called The Fall of Etminaki. I hope I pronounced that correctly, but I don't know. Okay, The Fall of Etminaki, manuscript found behind the Toten Sands. All ye mighty, look in despair, for here lived the city. In the far-off land of Shanir, where once was clay tamed and wrought, to build a temple among the narrow streets, where the howl of crazed prophets rose from their skiff, and the shadow of the ziggurat fell across the sands. Look and despair, for here rose the tower, strong as a tongue glazed in spit, held fast on the scaffolding of throats and the vocal cords, up which were pulled buckets of mortar, prayers, fragments of cold lake cuneiform? Don't judge. Look and remember, for here she fell, and her name was Babel. Oh, okay. A Babel of dreams. Lest we be scattered over the face of the earth, ask archaeologists beyond the Totentans. How she crumbled to dust, the soft dawn of dialect. How the desert tore her, how the sands of time ground her, until the word was ground fine and scattered among us. Look and beware in the final hours of night, for the sun shall rise over the ruins, and dawn shall once again melt. From the rubble, the memory of the city, its original source. This is about the, well, I don't know. I don't know if Itiminaki is like code for the Tower of Babel, but that's really cute, don't you think? Thank you for the host, Moosh. Happy birthday, Moosh. I hope your day is treating you well, and if it's not, so what? Still have a good time, because it's a blessing for you to have made it this far, okay? It don't matter. I might try this. I need to give single player games another spin. This game is so far really good. I know it got a lot of shit because of its release, but like as far as like the story and like how it actually plays, like I don't have no complaints. It is good. I don't care what nobody say. Okay, Leaflets. Let's just check out one of these because I don't even know. That's just basically advertisement. Let's check out literature, and then we're gonna do religion and philosophy, and then I'm gonna start. Okay, literature. Crime block. Okay, let's get into this story, y'all. Okay, McCrane scanned the room with a deft Kuroshi sweep. This corpse was no different than the dozens he'd seen over the years. The dead man's eyes frozen in fear, his ligaments, wires, and intestines strewn about the floor. None of it made any impact on McCrane anymore. I've lived too long, he thought, and the cops who don't die quickly usually find themselves playing for the other side eventually. This case was as clear as a used napkin in Deputy Zhao's. He murmured to Junior's Inspector Malowinski, Cyber Psycho, come in through the window. Victim let him inside. Must have known each other. Prints are all over the glass. Okay, so it's like a murder mystery. Holy shit. Malowinski shook his head in disbelief. How'd the fucker get all the way up here to the 11th floor? See those grooves in the windowsill? Climbing spikes. Implants kids these days are getting installed to pull stupid rooftop stunts, get cheap thrills. Oh, so like the kids get their body mods. So I guess now that they're able to like rob by like climbing on the side of buildings with their body mods. That makes sense. Malowinski made his way over to the window to examine the evidence his superior had so effortlessly pieced together. The veteran detective lit a cigarette and stared back into the corpse's lifeless eyes. Although McCrane had never seen this man before, he felt as if he had known him for a very long time. And still, he felt nothing for him. No pity, no compassion. This was only a body now, no longer a person. Suddenly, Malowinski's unsteady voice woke McCrane from his thoughts. Boss, these prints outside of the window, they belong to you. What? McCrane let out a quick, punctuating chuckle. Never much took you for a jokester, Malowinski, the detective said with an amused smirk as he rolled up his sleeves to expose his wrists. And I wonder, just how would I get there without any climber's claws, But before the junior inspector could respond, McCrane felt an uneasiness shoot up his spine. The room, this man, the smell of his blood. He felt compelled to walk over to the savage victim and reach inside his pocket. A photo. His own face staring back at him. Malowinski slowly drew his pistol. I believed in you, the shaken protege uttered with a pain in his voice. All this time, I idolized a murderer. I don't understand, muttered McCrane, scarcely loud enough to hear his own voice. Something else began to drown out his words, even his thoughts. A strange primal force. For the first time in my life, I don't understand. And then crack, pow, a gunshot. That was a good story. That was, y'all see what I'm saying? Like, that's a good story. Whoever they hired to do these things are like so good. And I hope that whoever played this game, like, I hope y'all like took time to explore the literature, because that was a good story. Okay. We're gonna do religion and philosophy, and then we'll be done and we'll start. Okay. It being my purpose to write the lives of Alexander the King and of Caesar, by whom Pompeii was destroyed, the multitude of their great actions afford so large a field that I were to blame if I should not be way of apology forewarn my reader that I have chosen, rather than epitomize, the most celebrated parts of their story, than to insist at large on every particular circumstance of it. It must be borne in mind that my design is not to write histories, but lives. And the most glorious exploits do not always furnish us with the clearest discoveries of virtue or vice in men. Sometimes a matter of less moment, an expression or a jest, informs us better of their characters and inclinations than the most famous sieges, the greatest armaments, or the bloodiest battles whatsoever. Therefore, as the portrait painters are more exact in the lines of the features of the face in which the character is seen than in any other parts of the body, so I must be allowed to give my more particular attention to the marks and indications of the souls of men. And while I endeavor by these to portray their lives, may be free to leave more weighty matters and great battles to be treated of by others. Okay, I'm not interested in that. But that last story was good. Murder mystery and you find out your boss did it. Okay, so let's talk to this man that we kidnapped. I thought I just pistol whipped him. He should be able to speak.
Hey.
Where am I? What is this place?
Want to talk about your little invention? Biochip you made for Arasaka.
Fine. But let's get one thing straight first.
Yorinobu Arisaka didn't send you?
No.
This means you must have an offer for me. If your boss will pay more than Kang Tao, I believe we can talk.
Nobody sent me. I got a problem, and you're gonna help me.
And what does that have to do with the biochip?
Your tech's trying to kill me. Pretty sure that's not how it's advertised.
If you wish to file a complaint, I'll need more details.
Got Johnny Silverhand's construct stuck in my head, and I don't want it there.
Silverhand? Construct? That's impossible. Where did you get this biochip?
Long story.
If Arisaka finds me, I'm dead. So are you. So we are in no hurry. And I'm interested, truly.
You have to remove the biochip from my system.
It's not that simple.
Look, you made the thing, didn't you? So where's the problem?
If you're telling the truth, you slotted in a new experimental version of the biochip.
How's the prototype version different? It's got a different engram, something more...
Where?
aggressive?
The biochip is what's unique, not Silverhand's engram. The previous version of the chip was only used to communicate with pre-saved
It was
engrams.
rare as fuck and cost a fortune. Yeah.
This one's rarer. Meant to install and activate the engram in a new body. When I left Arisaka, the project was still in the trial phase.
Huh. Imagine my luck. To be so fucking unique, so fucking exceptional. That mean you'll help me?
Well, well.
I would have to see it first.
Okay.
This is crazy. I hope he don't try to kill me. Because that's what I would do if I was him.
Unbelievable. It looks like...
Can't believe this suit's the one who's gonna help us.
Oh, fuck.
What is it?
What a pity I won't be able to examine it fully.
Yeah, real shame. You could have been his guinea pig, too.
Tell me how to get rid of it.
I'm afraid I have bad news. Your neural network has completely deteriorated. It can no longer function independently of the chip. The only thing I could do
Woohoo, it's bargaining time.
is to give you information on a good clinic in Sweden. They'll help you through the terminal stages. Minimize the pain.
What exactly is going on in my head?
You tell me, what's it like to have two personalities? Because it's not like you're hearing voices. You are both yourself and Silverhand simultaneously.
Didn't come here for the philosophy lecture.
It's not philosophy. It's neurobiology. And your evidence just confirmed my hypothesis. Have you noticed the construct's influence on